Welcome to the letter series. This is simply a place for me to share some thoughts and my approach to health, shaped by my experience and values, and for anyone who might be interested. I've been thinking about how many of us quietly assume our bodies are destined to break down, especially as we age. That message has a way of settling in as a solid belief. Over time, it can shape how we care for our bodies, ourselves, nudging us toward resignation, towards disease, feeling inevitable, or toward a quiet acceptance of defeat. So, I want to offer a different lens. What if most metabolic challenges aren't signs of a failing or aging body, but rather signs of a body responding faithfully to pressure? What I know is that the body is always working to maintain balance. Its top priority is survival. Day after day, it's quietly trying to preserve enough energy for the tasks of the day. Fuel red blood cells, which carry oxygen throughout the body and rely exclusively on glucose to survive. Fuel the brain, which primarily runs on glucose, though it can adapt to using fat-based fuel when conditions require it. And adapt to stress, danger, and scarcity to keep us alive in the short term. When conditions aren't ideal, chronic stress, poor sleep, nutrient gaps, the body will always choose short-term survival over long-term vitality. And this is where blood sugar enters the picture. Blood sugar balance sits near the very top of the body's survival hierarchy, just below oxygen. It's one of the fastest and most protective signals of energy and safety. So when blood sugar wavers, it isn't random. It's information, and it tells us the body is under a lot of load. That's why I don't take blood glucose imbalance lightly. The body's priority then becomes keeping blood sugar steady, roughly 4 to 6 millimoles per liter, so red blood cells and the brain remain consistently fueled. This is where insulin steps in as well. Insulin acts like a guardian of energy. It helps ensure that the brain and red blood cells, and when needed, the heart, are fueled first. Then it directs remaining energy to muscles, the liver, or into fat storage as fat. This is my teaching mode here. Sorry, I'll stop. So when blood sugar runs too high or dips too low, it's not a failure. It's not aging. It's the body activating short-term survival strategies to keep you alive and fueled. So over time, that strategy often means insulin working overtime. And eventually, this can lead to insulin resistance and impaired metabolic health, meaning the body's ability to manage energy becomes less efficient. And here's an important line to hold on to, if you will. Insulin resistance is a response to short-term survival strategies. More insulin is not necessarily the solution for long-term vitality. What complicates things today is that modern life rarely burdens the body through lack. Oftentimes, it overwhelms the body through constant stimulation and excess without the recovery. The load adds up quietly. Food is constantly available. We eat from waking until bedtime, rarely allowing insulin or digestion to rest, even when energy is already abundant. An overabundance of refined convenience foods. So products engineered for speed and shelf life can often are labeled as high protein or heart healthy, yet lacking the nutrients, fiber, and the chemical structure the body actually recognizes as fuel. Chronic stress becomes background noise. A nervous system kept on high alert all day long continues to signal danger without release, and that's not good. Hustle culture crowds out repair. You get productivity is valued over recovery, output is valued over restoration. Movement is minimized. Bodies designed for motion spend hours sitting, reducing glucose uptake and circulation. Sleep is deprioritized. The very window when insulin sensitivity, hormone balance, detoxification, and tissue repair are restored is shortened. An increasing toxic load from ultra processed foods, skincare products, chemicals, and the environment. Quietly, they're burdening an already taxed detox system. So, over time, this accumulation of pressure often shows up as what we now call lifestyle diseases. You know them: prediabetes, type 2 diabetes, obesity, fatty liver, heart disease, metabolic syndrome, high blood pressure, even depression and dementia. Can you see this as adaptation, not aging or a body breaking down? In response to this load, the body begins to release more insulin into the bloodstream, protect cells from glucose overload by becoming less sensitive now to insulin's instructions, then shifts how energy is stored and accessed, which often leads to belly fat, disrupted sleep, unstable energy, higher blood pressure, and stronger cravings. All of this is the body trying to maintain balance. So this matters. Insulin resistance isn't a natural part of aging. It's protection under pressure, an immense amount of pressure without release. Can you picture it? Let that sink in. If insulin resistance is a response to pressure, then the path forward changes. Instead of forcing numbers down with medication alone, what if we focus on reducing the burden placed on insulin? Instead of trying to manage blood sugar, what if the deeper goal was restoring insulin sensitivity? Medication can be supportive, but it comes with side effects and it doesn't resolve a reversible diagnosis if insulin is still responding to excess glucose, inflammation, and chronic stress in the bloodstream. That's unrelenting pressure with no relief. Restoration comes from changing the conditions the body is responding to, and you have a role in that, and it's possible to change. Your body has been adapting to the conditions it's been given, and honestly, we often take that for granted. We talk about letting our bodies go, not just in terms of weight, but in the care required to fully experience what this human body is capable of and how wonderfully it has been created. If you'd like help identifying whether insulin may be working overtime for you, I've linked a resource below that walks through common signs of insulin resistance. And next time, we'll explore what blood sugar actually reflects and why it's one of the most valuable signals your body gives you.